Hi, my name's Jeff Swiston, Chief Communications Officer of DDB Worldwide. Here we are in Cannes, and I am with
Lisa Bennett, Chief Creative Officer of DDB West.
Lisa, thanks for joining us. Now, you are a veteran of Cannes. You've been a few times before, I believe. How has the festival changed for you over the time you started coming until this year?
Oh, we've been talking about that quite a bit, actually. One of the biggest changes that we've seen is the influx of clients. There are many, many more clients, many of ours, but other clients from around the world that are attending. And the conferences, the seminars have actually started to shift to be more, in tune with what the client issues are. So while they're still very relevant to all of us as marketers, as their agencies, we've found more and more clients speaking, sitting on panels, talking about what their concerns are, what their interests are, what they see as the trends.
That's great. And from your perspective, any seminars or workshops that stood out for you? Any trends that you're seeing that you're going to take back to your office?
Absolutely. Of course, one of the seminars that was important to me is one that, MRM and McCann put it on, but actually our client. So Intel is a new client of ours out on the West Coast, and our client, Johann Gervaux, actually sat on this panel, and he brought will.i.am onto the panel as well. And so it was great hearing them talk, because hearing an artist and someone who is not in our industry at all, but the focus, left us all a little bit unsettled, because they said it was all about technology and creativity. So we've heard in years past that, it's not about, technology is not an idea. But importantly, I think one of the trends we're starting to hear this year is that technology enables creativity. So talking about it from the standpoint of, technology is there to serve as a catalyst for our creative ideas. So you can't think about the technology idea first and being the only thing. It must pair with a great idea. Right. So there's a lot of discussion, and you're hearing that. And I think even it was MDC that put out a request and said they'll pay $1 million to the most creative and innovative technology concept. But importantly, they still look at that as a way to make creative more effective and more interesting, and to touch more people. So we're hearing a lot about that, and coupled with that, I would say connectivity. Technology allows people and brands to connect more. So you're actually getting your consumers to be more and more involved with each other and connect our consumers. So to be a part of that discussion and very involved in that. But connectivity is another trend that we're hearing a lot about.
That's interesting. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's fast forward a year. We're sitting here again, hopefully. Okay. And it's 2012. Do you think we're going to be hearing anything new over the year, or is it going to be an affirmation of things we know? Is there any trends you're looking forward to for the last half of this year and the beginning of next?
Yeah, I think it's a really good question, and I think what we've seen this year is a big turning point. I think a lot of people have discussed, in the past, in the last 10 years, we talked a lot about digital. And of course the trends in digital and being, even with our own company, talking about the importance of being more in touch with and understanding the different channels that people are communicating across. So I think that will continue and be more and more important. But also I think, we've talked a lot about the fact that beyond your typical advertisers and even, networks, like agency networks, hearing more and more about Google and Apple and the brands that actually sit in the middle of this connectivity. It's not necessarily that they're doing ads, but they're finding new ways, they're creating new products that are starting to connect consumers even more. So I think the trend is headed in that direction, that we're going to see even more and more of brands such as these that sit at the center of people's lives actually starting to come up with new ideas and new innovations and new ways to get people excited about their brand.
That's great. And now, from all the learnings and the social activities at Cannes and all the vibrance of it and things like that, what are the three main messages you're going to impart to your employees when you return to San Francisco?
That's great. Probably my number one is optimism. Heard a really wonderful thing from Eric Schmidt who at Google, who actually said that the best advice he could give to creative people today, and creative people means everybody, it's not just the creative talent, but to say creative people, to always say yes. And that's been something really big with us in our office, just to be optimistic. I think we all view ourselves as problem solvers and trying to find a way. Keith Reinhardt said it to us today, that one of the best things that DDB was always about was to find a better way. And I think for us, being optimistic, saying yes, being able to figure out how to solve that problem is number one. Number two for me, and something that's always been, I think, a great part of the DNA of DDB, we talked about it this morning a little bit, is passion. I think when clients feel our passion for their brands, for our product, for the company, for the people, for our partnerships, if that stays at the center of everything we do, passion, I think it leads to better work. It leads to excellence. It leads to new ideas and to innovation. So that's really the second one. And I can't take credit for this third, but for this third one, but it is something that actually Amir brought up, which is focus. And I love that because I think, there's so much happening right now in this industry with our clients. I think everybody's, grasping for what's right, what's next, what should I do? And I think if we really focus our energies on bringing our clients great ideas and developing an even better, more innovative product, then that will help us succeed.
Hey, that's tremendous. So we've got focus, passion, and optimism. There's probably some sort of tagline there, but we have enough of them, so we're not going to do that. But anyway, Lisa, thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to sharing this with everyone in the network and as widely as we can. From Cannes, I'm here with Lisa. Bye, folks.